It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
In his 7th season now, here's Alvin Kamara.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
I mean, look at this Packers defense.
Well, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
I lost count of the number of turnovers that were occurring in that game, right? I mean, I had a clicker going after a while. 5, 6, 7, 8. It was unbelievable. There haven't been that many turnovers or takeaways, however you want to say, in the game since the Reagan administration. This is absolutely unreal.
I was in diapers. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Throwing his car on 3rd down.
Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted.
And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
Part of why they came to this week with a winning record is that they feed off of mistakes like this, and now it's a prime opportunity. Just moments in the game to get a short field touchdown off of their big defensive play. Now, on the other side, they were already the underdog in this one. They just made their uphill battle just a little bit tougher.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test them early. But it proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
2nd and 10. Now the NFL's leading rusher a season ago, Josh Jacobs.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A big hitter there, a 1st down gain of 26 yards. Now Love. Being chased out left. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
10 cycle. Ready.
Completed out left to Downs.
Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal.
Love, he's going to change the play here.
97.
Jacobs diving for the end zone, and he'll get there. Touchdown.
What a luxury it is to be able to call a bowling ball like Josh Jacobs down near the goal line. 5'10", 220 pounds, and he's not afraid to get in there and get the tough yards. He finishes off this drive with a touchdown run.
Carlson's extra point up and good.
And it's now a 7-0 game.
So now Carlson, after the touchdown, called on to send this one away. From his end zone, Wilson. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving. Good, sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
From the gun, it's Carr.
They'll get this out to Kamara.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Carr going to throw.
And that is incomplete. Well, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. He look at this Packers defense.
They played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
Have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw. They ended up getting 4 sacks in the game, stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire time, made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield.
And that's what they told us this week, that pressure on the QB is key. On second down, Kamara. And he'll get this up to about the 40. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Well, this defense for the Packers, much improved from week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a...
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Quay Walker.
And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
Following the interception, Love.
He's going to launch this deep for Watson.
And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown.
Christian Watson,
his 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Packers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Carlson's extra point up and good.
And it's now 14-0.
So after the made field goal, here's Carlson to send it away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like...
And for the 3rd time here this half, it's intercepted.
It's Tariq Castro-Fields who picked it. And the Packers will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Love going to break the huddle, lead the Packers up here 1st and 10
at their own 43. Eluding the pressure right. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. They'll start by running the option to the right. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. 1st down. Love from the gun. And he's got it. And it's a Packers touchdown. Josh Jacobs. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Packers take a 3-touchdown lead.
Boy, still in the first quarter, and look out. I mean, they are on pace for over 80 points in this game. I don't know that they'll get there, CD, but this has been impressive to watch so far.
That certainly would be history in the making, wouldn't it, partner? I'm glad we're here to actually watch and see if it actually happens, although, like you, I have my doubts, but they are firmly in control of this game.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And he'll elect not to run with it. The fair catch will move this out to the 25-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Rashawn Gary that time fighting free and getting to the quarterback.
Here's Carr. He hits his target, Lockett. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 38-yard line. Carr. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it's second down.
It's a pickup of 6.
Throwing now is Carr. Gonna look deep for Wilson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And the Packers force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27.
Keep in mind, he had the 3-interception game last week, so we requested to talk with him this week. He was all smiles. He's still all smile.
Yeah, we didn't jinx him at all, did we?
No.
Because ordinarily that happens. Things fall off, but not in this case. I think a lot of it goes back to his technique. His ability to see the quarterback throw the ball by understanding where the receiver is running his route allows him to make a lot of plays on the football, and he's taking it away at a really high rate.
Back for the second quarter in Green Bay. It's the Packers in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Pause, red. Ready?
Out of the shotgun, it's Love. He's going to launch this deep for Watson.
That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Packers.
Christian Watson
With his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year.
And the Packers are able to add on to their first half lead. Carlson's extra point up and good.
And that makes the score 28-0.
Carlson back out there now to send this one away. From his end zone, Wilson. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started.
They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass, this too shall pass. And in fact, we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here.
Making that play on the pass rush, that's Devontae Wyatt. This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Picked up by Jair Alexander. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
Well, there's two sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it. I think about it awfully hard. But also, you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player. You have to know the situation.
Only able to gain a couple there. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get down.
He's got a man, complete.
That's hauled in by Musgrave for the Packer touchdown.
A great effort there.
with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Packers have taken a 5-touchdown lead. Carlson's extra point up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. So now Carlson, after the touchdown, called on to send this one away. From his end zone, Wilson. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now flags will come in. And I think this is against the Saints up front. The false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15.
6:37.
Now Carr. Returning right back to Lockett. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
And the Saints first down.
Again, they'll throw with Carr. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Rashawn Gary. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And now here is another interception. And the Packers are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. Well, all I can do up here is just shake my head. I mean, 6 interceptions. I cannot imagine what he's thinking between the ears right now.
Well, just think of how it is for his teammates, because after the first few, you know they're going over to him. Hey, well,
they got his man complete. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 46 yards.
What a game he's having. They've not been able to stop him or even slow him down. He's got 2 touchdowns already. That could have been a 3rd. He's got the secondary coach asking people for answers. Can you help me out? Because we are not slowing him down.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Opposite. Green. Ready.
A handoff. Jacobs running to the left. Down to about the 32.
oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Touchdown, Packers! Josh Jacobs on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Packers will extend their lead here just before halftime. Carlson's extra point up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. From his end zone, Wilson. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half.
The final shot here before half for Carr. Got a man complete to Cedric Wilson. Yeah, he's got to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
At their own 19-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing in cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
On first down, they go with Jacobs again. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks.
First down. First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Here's Jacobs on first and 10.
And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 115 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
Ready?
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And they'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Ready?
On second down, Jacobs. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there. 4th and 3.
But this was just simply excellent defense. On this third down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
And the attempt at 3 will have to come from the other end of the field as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we'll begin it with a field goal try here. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And this one is right through. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Here's the veteran punter Lee as he sends this one away. It'll be just an 18-yard punt. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
That's complete to Dobbs. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed.
So the completion good for just 3. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
So off goes Love. On is Carlson for the Packer field goal.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further. Maybe a little fortunate there. That was leaking a little, maybe leaking a lot, but he got it.
Yeah, he actually was able to make it work. How about the body language, though, right? As he watched that ball leak to the right, trying to bring it back in, and had just enough to get it done.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. It's been a tough go for them. Still without any points here in the fourth.
Taking it right down Broadway.
Look at the big man rumble.
Touchdown, New Orleans. Taysom Hill, his first touchdown here of the new campaign.
And the Saints are finally on the board here in the fourth quarter.
Gonzalez good on the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away.
And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
At their own 19-yard line.
Set. Ready.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. I'm just wondering, do they want to add on to this gigantic lead? My guess, given how they like to play and how explosive this offense is, Charles, that they're not content being up by this margin. They probably want more.
And if they do go and get more, oh, look out. At that point, let's just aim the camera for the post-game handshake, because that one might be a little bit on the tense side, the way that this one is turning out.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 155 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And Love is going to slide down and pick up the first.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
First down. First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Set.
Running straight ahead is Jacobs. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today.
Tyrann Mathieu showing off a bit on that stop. Really nice tackle for loss.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
Ready.
They'll fake the jet sweep there. Instead, hand to Jacobs up the middle.
And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for the Packers, it's back-to-back victories.